Hey there, Trailblazers, I hope you guys are all doing well. So, I'm assuming you clicked on this video because you're likely pretty curious about the upcoming characters coming to Honkai Star Rail, and probably want to start planning out how you're going to spend your Stellar Jades accordingly in order to pull for your favorite unit, right? Well, you're definitely in the right place, because today we're going to go over the potential upcoming characters coming to the game from version 4.4 and all the way up to version 4.6. And along with this, we'll also speculate about the potential rerun banner lineup for each patch as well. But before we begin, let me just give the usual disclaimer that everything discussed here is based on unofficial sources as well as my own personal speculation. So nothing is officially confirmed yet, and things can still change before these updates actually release. With that out of the way, let's get into it without wasting any more of your time. Starting off with version 4.4. Right now, the newly drip-marketed characters for this patch are officially Himiko SP in Phase 1, followed by Gilgamesh and Rin Tosaka in Phase 2 as part of the second wave of the ongoing Honkai Star Rail x Fate Stay Night collaboration. And honestly, this patch already looks absolutely stacked. Starting with Himiko SP. Based on her official drip marketing, Himiko SP is confirmed to be a fire element character that follows the path of erudition, which honestly fits pretty well considering the direction her leaked kit seems to be taking. According to the current information, Himiko SP is said to have a special transformation mechanic called Nova Form tied to her ultimate. So rather than just being a standard enhanced state, this appears to be an entirely separate empowered mode that changes how her kit functions once activated. She's also expected to have an enhanced basic attack, alongside 3 different levels of enhanced skills. Along with this new version of Himiko also benefits from having members from the Astral Express on her team, which will likely work similar to how characters like Acheron and the Herta gain special buffs when an additional Nihility or Erudition teammate is present in the party. Then moving into Phase 2 of version 4.4, this is where things start getting really interesting, because the second part of the Honkai Star Rail x Fate Stay Night collaboration has now officially been confirmed through the recent drip marketing as well. And Gilgamesh and Rin Tosaka are both officially confirmed to becoming playable characters. Now, obviously, collaboration characters are always a massive deal already, but these two specifically are probably going to generate a ridiculous amount of hype. Starting with Gilgamesh, he has officially been confirmed to be a lightning element character that follows the path of destruction, which honestly fits his character perfectly. However, according to recent info from one of the most reliable sources in the community, Gilgamesh's best teammate will in fact be Saber, which is honestly a pretty odd decision, considering most people were expecting Gilgamesh to be a hyper-carry main DPS. But it's now looking like he will either be a support or sub-DPS for Saber instead. However, that's not all, as Hoyo has now officially confirmed during the 4.3 live stream that you'll be able to claim either Gilgamesh or Archer for free by just logging in when the collaboration goes live. Which is not only awesome since they're giving away yet another free character, but it also means you'll only have to pull for Saber if you want Gil's best team. Meanwhile, Rin Tosaka has been confirmed to be a quantum element character that follows the path of erudition. And according to new info from the same reliable leaker as before, she is said to be a new potential best teammate for Archer, which honestly is a pretty interesting direction to take. Because instead of making her purely a DPS as an erudition unit, it's now looking like they're going to make Rin more of a support for Archer that also deals AoE damage, which is pretty nice for Archer mains as he generally struggles in AoE situations. So if Rin helps alleviate that by dealing AoE damage while also buffing Archer on top of that, it will make his team even more busted than it already is. As for the rerun lineup during this patch, I could see Sunday and Jiaoqiu rerunning during Phase 1 of the patch, while Sparksy will likely be the rerun for Phase 2. Both Sunday and Jiaoqiu have a high chance of rerunning due to the leaks related to them getting Nova Flare buffs during this patch. As for Sparksy, considering one of her best teammates, Yao Guang will already be rerunning in the first phase of the upcoming update. There is a good chance they will give Sparksy her own rerun one patch later. Now moving on to version 4.5. Currently, Robin SP is expected to release during Phase 1. And honestly, the more information we get about her, the more unique she sounds. According to recent leaks, Robin SP is apparently going to follow the path of remembrance, which already makes her stand out quite a bit compared to the original version of Robin. On top of that, she's also said to have a very unique basic attack mechanic. Apparently, it's not just a normal single target attack like most characters have, but it's also not considered a standard enhanced basic attack either. At the same time though, current information suggests that Robin SP may not actually deal damage through most of the rest of her kit. So this has led to a lot of speculation that she could end up functioning as a very utility-focused or mechanic-driven support unit instead. There's also a strong possibility that Robin SP eventually becomes one of the premium teammates for Himiko SP teams moving forward, especially since earlier leaks already mentioned that Robin SP could potentially replace Sunday within Himiko SP compositions later on. So overall, it definitely feels like Hoyoverse is building a very interconnected lineup of characters between these upcoming patches. Then moving into Phase 2 of version 4.5, the new character expected to release is Aventurin SP. And based on the current leaks, he honestly sounds really interesting. Right now, Aventurin SP is rumored to be a heavily elation-focused DPS character. So unlike the original Aventurin, who leaned far more into sustain and defensive utility, this new version appears to be much more offensively oriented. There's also information suggesting that he may revolve around follow-up attacks, action manipulation, and elation-related mechanics overall. And interestingly enough, Mordenak's Blade is also rumored to synergize extremely well with him, because current leaks suggest that Mordenak's Blade may function as a universal support-style Nihility character capable of amplifying multiple archetypes, including Aventurin SP's playstyle specifically. So if those leaks end up being accurate, then Aventurin SP and Mordenak's Blade could potentially become one of the major duo combinations moving forward. Now, as for the reruns during this patch, Ashvale and Sarydra are my personal predictions for characters that are likely to rerun in this update. Ashvale is one of the strongest candidates for a rerun, mainly due to his leaked synergy with Aventurin SP. So it's highly likely that he will rerun alongside Aventurin during Phase 2 of the patch. As for Sarydra, while she doesn't necessarily have any kind of confirmed synergy with either of the new units, considering it will have been a long while since her last rerun by the time 4.5 comes out, I think Hoyo will rerun her again during this update as a possible filler unit. Then finally, moving into version 4.6. Right now, the major new character expected for this patch is Nihilix. And based on current leaks, she honestly sounds extremely interesting already. According to the information we currently have, Nihilix is said to have a role somewhat similar to Cyrene. She's also rumored to possess a transformation mechanic, which continues the overall trend we've been seeing lately with these newer characters having multiple states or evolving gameplay systems during battle. On top of that, Nihilix is apparently capable of supporting other characters' elation abilities as well, which honestly could end up becoming a really big deal, depending on how strong elation-focused teams become by the time she releases. So rather than functioning purely as a selfish DPS character, it sounds like she may end up acting as a hybrid support-style unit that strengthens the overall performance of elation archetypes. And considering how much Hoyoverse seems to be pushing elation-related mechanics lately, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if Nihilix becomes a very important piece for those teams moving forward. Now, as for the potential rerun banners during version 4.6, I think Silver Wolf level 999 and Evanesha have a good chance of rerunning during this patch. Not only could Nihilix potentially work with both units due to being an elation support, but it will also have been about 4 patches since their initial release, which is usually enough time for most units to get their first reruns. But anyways, that's pretty much all of the current roadmap information and rerun speculation that we have right now for versions 4.4 through 4.6. So if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all the latest Honkai Star Rail leaks, news, and updates. That's it for now though, so I'll see you guys in the next video.